So we have the fire, which is the sun. We have we have earth, which is the actual earth. We got wind, which is oxygen. What's left is what? Water.
I wasn't as savvy as you. I'm not an herbalist and all that, but I was like, yo, man, I'm getting down with these blueberries.
Yeah.
I'm getting down with these mangoes.
Yeah.
I'm getting down with these peaches. I'm getting down with, watermelon. Like watermelon, people don't realize is such a great fruit for us.
It's one of the best fruits. And what's crazy is if you look at you have something called melanin, or what everybody call melanin. It's really called melanin. Then you have watermelon or watermelanin. Right. And if you look at the pigmentation of watermelon, or you just look at the pigmentation of the blueberries you was talking about, each different color connects with the spectrum of what they would call the electrical magnetic radiation frequency of the sun, and it feeds these foods different types of phytonutrients that rebuilds, or what you would call, our molecular structure. For instance, watermelon have something called lycopene in it, and that's what makes it red. Same thing for tomatoes, same thing for the figs, same thing for oranges. This is called lycopene. Lycopene is nothing but melanin of watermelons. And if you look at a blueberry, a blackberry, they have a melanin content in it, or what you would call chromophores. Okay. All right, chromophores. It's just the melanin of these different fruits, called anthocyanins. And if you start looking at these different colors and pigmentations, they actually have a frequency to them. And this frequency raises your vibrational hertz of your body, and it keeps you operating in basically, because we all are God. We are self-reflecting mirrors and images of God. That's why if you read in the scriptures, it says that we were made after his image and after his likeness. Well, if you look at that, we have those same type of reflections in us, and in order to reach those heights, though, you have to vibrate at a certain frequency. Tell me why when you eat fruits they bring you to that frequency. Bro, every fruit have a angstroms of energy. So for instance, if you look at fruits, they vibrate and they yield literally 12,000 angstroms of energy when you eat every 10 units of their fruit. When you do vegetables, they yield 9,000 angstroms of energy every time you eat that vegetable, 10 units of that vegetable. When you get down to meat and things and beans and stuff like that, and grains, just very what you would call thick, gooey types of stuff, dense food, 3,000 angstroms of energy. So 3 all the way up to 9, you done skip. That's 6,000, 600,000. Because remember, every time you go up, you have to go 10. Then from the 10, you got to go 100. From the 100, you got to go 1,000. Wow. From the 1,000, you got to go 10. Just like in math. So we literally talking about hundreds of thousands of angstroms of energy over the actual meats and over the corn and over these heavy, dense foods, when you can just eat light and keep that vibrational energy. And the good thing about fruits and vegetables, not only do you build the molecular structure when you eat them, because they replace all the things that you're getting rid of anyway through that recycling that we go through, or what they call cellular mitosis or cellular meiosis or apoptosis, all these big old words. we can just keep it simple. Right. You're not only replacing the cellular structure, but you're feeding the soul. And a lot of people don't know how to feed the spirit and the soul. A lot of people are just feeding their flesh. But when you feed your spirit and your soul, it does something to you. It energizes you. Wow. It makes you think more. It makes you become an actual critical thinker. It makes you think about yourself. You start looking around and you want to do more for your environment. Fruit did that to me. Meat never did that to me. Dairy products never did that to me. Correct. Drugs, drinking and smoking never did that. What's crazy is this. I have metal from here to here. I've been shot 4 times. I had my ribs broke. I had my jaw dislocated and fractured. I've been shot 4 times. I've been stabbed right here. I almost died of eternal bleeding. Like, and the reason why I say eternal is because we are eternal people. A lot of people say internal. But I went through all of that. I used to be like really a hater for my brother. You know, I see my brother wearing the wrong thing, or he in my hood doing things that I ain't tell him to do. It wasn't my hood in the first place. Right. Like, I'll be ready to be violent. I was a very violent person against people that look just like me. Did you know after I went vegan, or what I'm gonna say plant-based, man, I ran over a squirrel one day on an accident. Man, I pulled over and cried, man. Oh, the same person that used to be fighting, brawling, getting stabbed. I'm talking about spilling blood. I'm a very vicious person to my brother. Man, I went vegan, went plant-based. Man, I hit a squirrel. Man, it broke my heart. Because
you. The thing about that, we can laugh, but in reality, what you're saying is you found a different purpose.
I really did. Through the food, man. Through the food, showing you that food is psychological. It's psychology. And you can tell. You can sit somebody down in front of me, right? And they can tell me they diseases, and I'm talking about to the T. I can tell you what they've been eating. I can tell you what they've been eating. Soon as they say I got diabetes, I can tell you, oh, okay, you've been on dark meat. Soon they tell me I got breast cancer. Oh, you've been on inorganic meat. You've been on inorganic fruits and vegetables. You eat a lot of dairy products. That's a lot of lactic acid built up. That's a lot of carbonic acid, uric acid built up. You suffering from metabolic acidosis from your diet. Oh, I'm schizophrenic. Oh, your gut is messed up from the foods you eating. You're going through putrefaction in your gut. You have parasites, probably toxoplasma that done passed the blood and brain barrier that you got from your fish. So all of these different type of psychological ailments that we are suffering from, and all these different physical ailments that we suffering from, is literally coming from the food that is being put in the communities by the big food industry. But when you start really studying the big food industry and who owns them, they're actually controlled by the pharmaceutical companies. So it's this rat race or this cycle or this matrix that we going through. Let's feed them the food to get them sick. Once they get sick, let's provide them the antidote to make them sicker. Once we provide them the antidote that make them sicker, let them die. And we can make money off their insurance. We can make money off their death. You see that? And our whole population control eugenics program will still be in full effect, because the whole thing is to eliminate 2/3 of this earth. That's the whole plan. And and this stuff is in the documents. These people are saying it themselves, like your Bill Gates, your Henry Kissingers, your DuPonts. You start looking this stuff up, it's in there. They're not even hiding it from us, but we so sedated off of their medicine, or what I like to call witchcraft potions, that they call pharmaceuticals and foods, because now I equivalate pharmaceutical drugs and big food industry foods. It's the same thing. It's all a drug, and it all have deadly side effects to it. Correct. Once we get off that and we detoxify, we're able to get our consciousness back. And one thing about a black man and a black woman that's conscious, they cannot be stopped. And that's the whole thing. The whole thing was to deindustrialize the schools. It was to break up the black family, snatch the black man out of the household, feed them all of these corruptible foods, take them away from the sun, put them in 9-to-5 buildings, away from the light, because we are children of the sun. Being in the sun heals you yourself. That's how amazing the sun is.
I love the sun, bro. I don't even.
Okay, so basically it's called grounding the earth thing.
Okay.
We have to realize that Mother Earth is actually our mother. She provides everything we need. Right. When we look at Earth, so when you look at the Earth, when you look at the moon, and you look at the sun, these are the three entities that actually created us. These are our two mothers and our one father. It's kind of like this polygamous relationship going on. We have Mother Earth, we have Mother Moon, then we have Father Sun. The sun created us. The sun does everything that I just said earlier. The moon is actually in control of governing the water retention in our body and our emotions. That's why when a woman's menstrual cycle is governed by the moon, her emotions is actually governed by her menstrual cycle, showing you that it's a psychology at play when it comes to the moon. With Earth, she does something totally different. She detoxifies us. Not only do she grow plants to detoxify us and grow food for we can eat to eliminate, but she has something called electrons, trillions of them, that emits herself from the actual ground every second of the day. And you can get those actual detoxification gifts from Mother Earth if you just take off your shoes. There is no coincidence that why they put rubber soles on our shoes. And notice what you call them, rubber soles. So it's like we're getting soul captured out here. They're capturing our souls and we don't even realize it, and keeping us from connecting with Earth. Because when you truly ground and connect with Earth, she naturally detoxify you. And how she does it is she pulls trillions and trillions of protons out of the body, because protons are super acidic. What they does, if you look at an atom, the protons run around an atom and they try to neutralize themselves by borrowing electrons. See that? So the more electrons is borrowed from protons, the more acidic you become, because you don't have any negative actual ions in the body. So to get those ions back, to regenerate the molecular structure, is simply taking off your shoes, putting your feet on the ground and wiggling your toes in the grass. What Earth does is something called the field, or the electrical magnetic spectrum or grid of the Earth, and it's full of these different ions and of these quantum mechanical particles that we can't see with the naked eye, but they're doing something. They have quantum computers to actually measure these things. What it does is you take off your shoes and you put your feet on the ground. It becomes like this sucking factory that goes on. Earth literally takes all of the different negative positive positive particles called protons, and it pulls it from the body, and then it regenerates the body by shooting you with trillions and trillions of what you would call alkaline electrons.
Jesus Christ. Can we get a round of applause for that right there? Just taking off your shoes.
Yeah, just taking off your, and that's why I want to say it's simple things. So before we leave the podcast, I just want to get them simple things to do.
Okay.
And the first thing is, I always want to talk about the sun. If you are so-called African American, or you have that melanin, or you have melanin sites or melanocytes in you, you need to be in the sun at least 2 hours a day, direct sunlight. I don't recommend you get in the sun when it's high noonday, because it still can burn you whether you got melanin or not. So I say, as soon as you get up, once you stretch and you drink your juice, your H3O2 or your H2O, what you would call spring water, immediately go outside, jumpstart your organs, your eternal organs. For everybody else that call them internal organs, we are eternal people. Drink your water, jumpstart the organs, because water is a conductivity or a conduit for electricity. Then go outside and get the electric from the sun. 2 hours. That will heal your body alone. Next is after that. So we got fire. So we're going to heal through the elements. First thing is always fire. You have to involve fire in healing. At least 2 hours in the fire in the sun. Next is going to be earth. What I was just talking about, grounding, being in nature. There's something that happened to the psychological process of our brains just by looking at green trees. Literally, it makes you happy. There is something called nature deficiency orders. Look it up. You can Google it right now on your iPad. It's called nature deficiency order, where people go through a psychological depression and they don't realize why. And then they go into nature for 2 hours a day, and everything and all those suicidal thoughts that they was going through, they don't have them anymore. So they were literally, it's called nature deficiency order, right? So get in nature. Not only get in nature, eat from nature. Natural organic things that grow from nature. Fruits, berries, melons, vegetables, limited seeds, limited nuts, and limited grains. These things are very good for the body, and it brings on a detoxification. So we got fire, which is the sun. We got earth, which is everything that she grows inside of earth, and grounding, connecting with earth. You can lay on earth. These things will actually discharge all the negative protons in the body and all the positive protons in the body, and bring in negative electrons to make your body more ionic, for it can be more in a balance of homeostasis. So we got fire, we got earth. Next, we have to talk about wind, or what you call air, oxygen, breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing is amazing. Just by you basically elongating your spinal cord, and you breathe in through your nasal passage. When you breathe in, you expand your diaphragmatic muscles. So when you breathe in, your stomach go out. Hold it, and then you exhale. Your belly button supposed to touch your spinal cord. Just by doing that exercise, 20 minutes of the day will literally regenerate a lot of your cellular tissues, and it will love the mitochondria that gives you all of the energy that I was talking about. Will love it, because that's what the body needs to convert sunlight. It's oxygen. So we have the fire, which is the sun. We have we have earth, which is the actual earth. Right. We got wind, which is oxygen. What's left is what? Water. 90. Look, your body have 87% water. Your brain have 97% water, right? But the functioning of your body is 99% water molecules. So technically, your body is made of 99% water. You have to replace that. Especially if you're working out, if you breathing, if you drinking, if you eating, because that water dissipate. You need those waters in your cells, because in order for the sunlight to penetrate the cells and work in the Golgi apparatus of the cell, or the cytoplasm of the cell, it needs water to convert sunlight. It's called H3O, or what you would call exclusion zone water. So make sure you drinking the adequate amount of water. Now, the water I'm talking about is called H3O2. H3O2 is actually fruit juice. Get more fruit juices in, and these things, or your coconuts, very hydrative. Cucumber water, very hydrative. Watermelon juice, very hydrative. And what I do on a daily basis, I make sure that I'm at least drinking 55 ounces of water a day, right? Out of those 55 ounces of water, 25 ounces of those water is going to be natural juice that's coming from a juicer. The other ounces is going to be natural H2O spring water. This will hydrate the body. And people think hydration means you liquefying the body. No, hydration means that you're getting electrolytes and minerals in the body, because the minerals and the electrolytes turn into salt. See, we're not freshwater creatures. We're saltwater creatures. That's why you have salt, or what you'll call minerals, in your veins. You are literally a saltwater creature. If you look inside of your veins and you check the plasma and the water inside of your cells, it got potassium in there. You got sodium inside of there. You got all these different types of minerals. The body can't utilize minerals. The body don't need minerals. What the body does is when the body get the minerals, it metabolizes them and it stick them together as salts. And then these salts act like glues and it stick amino acids together. And that's what creates what you would call a so-called protein. So we need fire, sun, we need earth, which is earth, vegetables, discharging. Correct. You see that? We need wind, which is oxygen. And last but not least, we need water. If you do those 4 things every single day, that will change your life, which you still eating the stuff that you eating, showing you that. So, and that's going to encourage you to quit eating the bull crap.
Yeah, and get on point.
See that? So look, everybody's scared to change their diet, right? How about don't change your diet right now? Just add to your diet. Add more fruits and vegetables. Start grounding, add earth, get in the sun 2 hours a day. Add fire, start breathing more. Yeah. Be around oxygen trees more. Yeah. Add wind. Last but not least, start drinking at least 50 to 55 ounces of water a day. Use water. Use those 4 elements.
Your life will change.
Man, look, you ain't gonna want to eat the chicken wing no more. I'm telling you.